As you know, I'm on a journey to figure out what life is to its core. And on this journey, Sayani Gupta came on board. Now, Sayani Gupta is one of my favorite actresses. I absolutely love her work, whether it's Fan, whether it's Chakka Jasoos and Margarita with the Straw. But she's also somebody who has got a lot of stories. Stories like, our grandmas used to tell us. And these stories have a lot of values and ethics and so much more. So, when I spoke to Sayani Gupta, her nonchalant attitude and her stories really inspired me. So let's see what you can take away from her journey. Hi, Sayani.
Hi.
Firstly, let's begin with, am I pronouncing your name right?
Yeah, you are.
Well, hi.
Hi, how are you?
So, firstly, let's talk about your name. There would have been so many mispronunciations about with your name.
Yeah, but it's a very, very Bengali thing, I think most Bengalis face this problem because of the vowels and how it is, and the problem is they're also very adamant, so they don't want to understand that this is a problem.
So wait, so what does Sayani mean?
Twilight.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's a pretty name.
Yeah.
It means, it actually comes from Sanj and Sayanya. So from Sayanya, which is twilight and dusk, comes Sayani.
Let's talk about your childhood because we really don't know what has been your childhood like.
Quiet kid. And every year I would be up to once a year, I would have one eventful thing I would do, okay? So when I was in class 1, it started from class 1 and my mother used to beat me up very, very badly. Like very, very badly. Now when I'm there, she's like, no, I never beat you up. She's in complete denial. She used to beat me up very badly. She used to thrash me, and I was so scared of her that I would end up doing all kinds of things to actually not come under that kind of,
circumstances.
Yeah, but I would end up doing a lot of nonsense as a result. So in class 1, it was my science weekly exam. It was out of 20. And I was 6 years old, right? So the teacher wrote all the questions, whatever 4-5 questions on the board. And I was a very moody kid. So I just didn't feel like writing. So I wrote half of the first question. And it was a new paper, little exercise books.
Yeah.
So new book, and I dictated. I still remember my partner next to me. Her name was Khushbu Jalan. So I knew all the answers, and I dictated all the answers to Khushbu. And I was just chilling. Okay. And when we had to submit, I submitted the copy, and it came, and I got a big shunya. Big laddu I got, 0 by 20. Encircled, and I got it, and my teacher looked at me and she's like, something like, I'm so disappointed in you, or something like that she said. And I still remember her face, Monica ma'am. And
Monica ma'am and Khushbu Jalan would be thinking, we didn't know this girl would do this well.
The Monica ma'am was actually later very supportive.
Okay.
Because she thought I was very disturbed and all of that. So it came, and there was no way I would show my mother that I was 0 and 20, okay? My mother has been a gold medalist and she's very, very, overachiever. So what I did was, she kept asking, where is that? All the other exam, books had come out, but I was like, no, I don't know what's wrong with her. She's not giving only, then she's not there. And in school, the teacher was like, you have to get it signed and all. She's like, where is, and she knew I got a 0, okay? So I was like, no, my mother is not in town, she's this, she's that, I'm making excuses. 2 weeks I've sort of postponed, and now came a time where I was like, listen, I have to do something about it. And my mother started checking my bag. And this was, again, reminding you, I'm 6.
Yeah.
So there was a huge dumping, those yellow things that used to be there,
Yeah.
next to my house, okay? And at the beginning of the gully, in one corner, and I've gone and I've torn the exercise book into shreds and thrown it. There should not be any evidence only. It's over. As if the exam never happened. But then, what the problem was there was not a little girl, there was a nanny who was 2021 at that phase. So there were different phases. Okay?
Yeah.
So at that phase, she was there. I forget her name, and she had seen me do, and she was really my confidant, right?
Yeah.
But she started. So one day my mother was really yelling at me, and she was like, "How can it not come? What is happening? I will write it. I give me your number, teacher's number, whatever. I'll call the school or I'll go meet her." And my mother started yelling at her, saying, "Do you know about this? I mean, I come back home, every night, and So she was getting very worked up, and she called me to the kitchen. And we used to live in a huge Haveli kind of my ancestral bungalow. So she called me, and she in the kitchen. It was pitch dark, and she's threatening me, saying, "I'm gonna tell your mom, okay? This shouldn't come on me. I'm gonna tell your mom." And I'm telling her, "Don't, you will not open your face." And I'm tiny, okay, just big. I was like, "You will not open your mouth." And as I'm doing this, my mother walks in. She's like, "What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing in this dark room?" And I'm like, "Oh God." And she told my mother. And she told my mother, and my God, the next day, they couldn't believe only. The teacher and my mother couldn't believe that, I'm going to have so much,
brains too.
Brains and really, matlab, अजीब सी बुद्धि ना कि मतलब
this totally makes for a crime patrol episode. Just
I have lots of these as a child, I used to do something or the other every year. I was very sweet. I would not do any. I wasn't naughty or anything. I would not do a chucha. Because my mother would beat me up for everything. So I would just in my crush. So I think much about me is that I have OCD since I was a kid. Now it's much better.
I was going to. It's like I knew this. This was I don't know why.
So I'm not as much as Davani is, right? But I have OCD. Everyone in my family has OCD, or my masi, my mother, and I have come to believe that it's hereditary probably and whatever. So in my crash, this is another crash later when I was in there were lots of kids. There were 20 kids in this house, and all the kids would play and be like that, and I would be after they're gone, left the room, I would be like, so. Like that, not a little crease also. And and my crush auntie was so happy. She used to every day tell my mother, "I can't believe all the kids are doing this and I don't have to do anything," because she makes sure everything
her life is sorted.
Is better than how it was. So she didn't even need a help to take care of the crush. I used to take the crush.
So tell us, how did an FTI from being from FTI to today? How was this journey like?
When I came to Bombay in 2011 September, I was very realistic, and I knew that it's not possible that somebody will just give me a film. I was like, I will have to assist and I will have to sort of get to know people, etc. And I came with that realistic approach to Bombay. So my initial thing was, every single person in Bombay who's casting or was making something needs to know I exist. So I would go and audition everywhere. I would do 8 to 9 auditions a day on an average. On average, maybe 6 to 7. But yeah, the good days were 8 to 9 auditions. The bad days were 4 or 5. And I would go everywhere. I would leave in the morning, and I'm sure a lot of people do it. A lot of people surely do it. And because I was, always there, I got the sense that when I enter into an audition room, I got a sense that I'm actually better than most people in there. So I was like, and
Sayani Gupta being modest.
Because I don't know why. Because I was a trained actor. As opposed to, it's not like I'm more talented than them. But I knew how to face a camera. I knew what this thing was in front of me. I knew how to catch the light. I knew what the lensing was, and you don't even need to know so much in an audition space, but I was going more informed, and that was my only cutting edge over most people over there. And when I was looking at these people, I was like, oh, so I have, and that's exactly what FTI does to you, or basic NSG does to you. When you go and when you know that I know this, I am in control, as opposed to the person who's taking the audition, he's in control, or she's in control. Then I came back and I auditioned for Margarita immediately, and then Margarita really changed everything, because again, Margarita was, it had everybody almost in the country had auditioned for it. Everybody, even now people go and audition for it, people in Bangladesh had auditioned for it, people in Pakistan had auditioned for it, people in New York had auditioned for it. So it was an open casting call, and a lot of established actors had auditioned for it. Either didn't get it or they didn't do it because of, you know, yeah. So I started auditioning and auditioned for a month, almost every day I would audition. And
for the movie.
For the film.
Every day.
And so I have been in this house, so that's why I really like this house, because I was in this house when that happened, you know, so I've been here for a long time, yeah. And I mean, everything's changed.
Yeah.
But so that's when I realized that, you know, my job is to go and just do it. And apart from that, it's destiny, you know, if I'm meant to get it, I'll get it. And after a month, finally, I got it. I had said no to the film thrice. And I hadn't read the script, I didn't know anything about the film, but I just didn't want to do a smaller part. And I just knew it's a smaller part, it's not the heroine's part. And at that point, I was like, you know, I don't want to do it. And Subhash Kapoor was certain, every time I met him, he was like, he had just seen one ad of mine where my name was the same, Meena Siddiqui, and this Big Bazaar ad he had seen, and he just instinctively knew कि यार ये तू ही कर सकती, and still I said no. And then obviously I met Manav and he told me about it, and then I went and read the part, and then I was like, wow, this is amazing. It's a great part and it's a great script.
So you never got dejected,
I got rejected. I got dejected once.
What was that?
It was, I was very heartbroken once in 7.5 years. It was actually for, now I can say it maybe. It was for Byomkesh, Dibakar Banerjee's Byomkesh. So I was like, wow, Dibakar is making Byomkesh, because Byomkesh is again very, very close to us, right? I mean, we've read Byomkesh from like very, very young age. And so I got to know about this, and then what I did, and then they called me for an audition. So when they called me for an audition, I was like, okay, there were 2 scenes that I had to do, and for Satyavati's part. So I went and auditioned, but what I did also was, all my Byomkesh is in Bangla, which is in Calcutta, and I called for all the translated Byomkesh that was available on Amazon, and I read all of them again. So these were translated obviously, but I was like, you know, I'll just brush it, and I'll just see, like, you know, what these stories mean to me now and all that. So the first book I picked up was, I still have those books, was a book with this yellow cover which had a foreword by Dibakar. So I started reading that first. And I started reading it, and it talks about how Dibakar found his first Byomkesh book. He discovered his first Byomkesh book, you know, in his childhood. So he went to this old relative's house, and he found this trunk in Calcutta, and he opened the trunk, and he found this like very, very tattered kind of like hardbound book. And he opened the book, and in Bangla it was written, Sneher Bubun ke Ma. And Bubun is my nickname. So I was like, this is cosmic, you know. I am like sure getting the part. Like, yeah, and it happens a lot with me. These like weird
universe,
signs of the universe, and especially true with books. So I was like, oh my god, this is like, and I started like, you know, tears in my eyes. And I was like, this is happening, you know. So anyway, auditioned, and I re-auditioned, all of that, and in the middle, Anand Tiwari, who was a friend of mine, if I don't get through the audition, it's fine. Can I assist you? Because I was like, you know, if somebody like Dibakar is making Byomkesh, I really, really want to be in some way part of the film. So I wrote to him, and he hadn't replied. So then when I met him this time, and he was like, oh, you're that Chinese who wrote to me, sorry, you know, the thing is the DA's part goes like 6 months ago, and all of that. He told me, he's like, really sorry, but it doesn't make sense for you to become an AD, because you'll just be like, you won't be part of the creative process, you know, which you want. And I was like, okay, makes sense. He's like, but don't worry, you are still very strong in the, you know, contention, and you're actually part of the final 3. Like now we've shortlisted, there'll be a look test we'll do with you. So I went for the look test, and I got into those. I got blouses made. Because there was another audition, like a shortlist audition, and I auditioned again. And so all of that, then I did the look test, and in the look test, Dibakar was there, but every single person was in that room, including our, you know, costume people and like hair, makeup, and ADs and all. They all looked at me, they were like, this is Satyavati, you know, this is it. And I was very confident.
You were like, आज तो मैं ये रोल हथिया के चली ही जाऊंगी.
Because I was very calm. I was like, तो मेरा ही है,
By heart.
It's one of those things that it'll be me, yeah.
Yeah.
I can do it. I have it. And then Anand messaged me one day saying, Shiny, there's somebody else here. So I was like, oh shit. And then I got to know it's Divya, and she's very, very lovely, and it's great that and again, the fact that the director did not think, it's not like my audition was bad or my look test was bad, because clearly everybody, but he wanted, and he gave me 2 reasons why he didn't cast me, and which I thought, I was like, please. Because like, this is wisdom in your face, and you're very sexy, and I was like, please, I'm an actor. It's fine.
So glad to see you doing something really great. Thank you so much once again for sharing your story with us. I hope I haven't done any
No, you've not even moved.
Hopefully though, I haven't really got the OCD out of you. But thank you so much once again for seeing a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How many times have you compromised your dignity? Well, to be very honest, I've done it more than a couple of times. So, after speaking to Sayani, I realized that the next time, whenever I'll put my dignity at stake, I'll at least think twice before doing that. And that's my takeaway from her journey. But we really want to know what's your takeaway from her journey. So, do let us know in the comments below. And hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe to Bollywood Life.